Hey, what's up, everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Grounded. So, as you can see, uh, I'm actually able to use the dandelion tuft, even if it doesn't mark it down in this bottom right-hand corner over here, where it's supposed to show that it's equipped. So, even though it's not showing it, you can still use it. I had thought that you weren't able to use it before. And I mentioned this somewhere in an episode previously. I just want to point that out and clear that up. I'm not gonna leave my mistake there. I try to correct my mistakes and point those things out when things go wrong or when I mess up. So that's just one thing I wanted to start with right there. So in the previous episode, we had left off on that we were gonna we built off this we I built up the staircase and I had a platform up top. I don't want to show too much right now until I get there. Um, and well, it's quite a bit of it took me quite a long time, but I built up my like building or fort up top, and I have stuff on the roof, and I built those bridges that I mentioned. I didn't though they turned out a bit different, but we'll see. You'll see that you'll see in a little bit. Another thing is that we also got insect bows. Well, an insect bow. We started to upgrade our stuff. Where is I forget which button it is the crafting. So over in here, so we got the insect bow. I don't plan on getting that. We got. I showed off the ant eggs that we got and when they were spawning. We got the rotten larva blade, which is I don't have. I've used the rotten larva blade, but I only used it once or twice. So and it looks like it has the same stats, but I think I have a feeling that the only difference is like durability. Though I don't really care anyways. Um, we unlocked the spider stuff. We need to get new armor, but that requires berry leather, which we're gonna get to in a bit. What other things? I can't remember our quests. Uh, well, we have these three quests going on. Bombardier beetles are we're gonna have to go for that soon. Ladybugs probably not gonna be. Well, we'll see, I guess. Depending on our equipment. The fallen oak branch, we're gonna have to go. It has to be this, but I need to figure out what part it's on. So I'm gonna have to look at that on my own. I don't know what's going on. I've mentioned this already before when we found the four-leaf clover landmark. It shows it sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. I've seen it that it pops up the site stamp on top right here somewhere, and it shows it four-leaf clover, and then sometimes it shows it and sometimes it's not. So right now it's not showing it. Previously I had checked it, I had seen it, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going on there, but something's glitchy there and a bug right there needs to get fixed. So um, the this all this food stuff that's been appearing in my on my base here, like the Billy Hog dog. I call it the Billy Hog dog, even though it's just called Billy Hog. The sandwich cookie and the apple core, even though it's just called apple, I think. It hasn't been appearing anymore. It's been appearing on the other side of the branch, which is right over there. The branch is over there, and then on the other side of the branch over here somewhere, there's like a paper plate, pretty much where we found the lava blade, like some rotten lava blade somewhere around there. Behind there, they've been spawning there now. Two items spawned there most this time around. If we get a chance, we'll see. I'm gonna have to go look for that fallen the trail marker that's somewhere over there. I have a feeling it's gonna be on top of the branch and not on one of the ends. Maybe on an end, but it has to be on top probably. Another thing, what else? What else? I think that's mostly it. There's other stuff, but that's like the main, the more relevant, relative things or more important stuff. I forget the word. I think I used the wrong term. But anyways, I've started using placing torches. I keep them on all the time because I didn't know how they worked, and I tested one first, and then I see it seemed to have to last for days, and I'm like, okay, so that thing just you can turn it off and on when you want to or not, and it doesn't run out, so that's fine. I do have a bunch of torches all around, but I decided to turn off a lot of them because it seemed to affect performance quite a bit, and the view. Um, it kind of distorts the view a bit with all the lights. So I only I'm only keeping those two right there. That one right here, and right on the corner of this center area. I had two at the front right here, but as you can see, I turned those off, and I just have these two right here uh, to pretty much show off my back entrance. And then I have one down there because I've been harvesting a ton, but a ton of grass planks, and I just cut all this down, all this area here, and I just throw everything in a pile here at the center, and then that's when I would take them up and start working on this thing. And speaking of cutting down a bunch of grass, well, we have the grass master mutation, and let me just point this out. It takes a ton of cutting, like a massive grinding and grinding of cutting down grass to get that up to 3. I'll tell you that right now. That and cardio fan, uh, they kind of go hand in hand, because when you're chopping down, like, you just like monotonously um, chopping down grass. I keep calling them trees, but the grass leaves or grass blades. Um, you usually always just go until you run out. Let me just do this until you run out of stamina, and then according to what I know, you just have to always deplete it like that, so that status, so that it adds like experience to this. I don't know, because it doesn't show anything. It just it's just something in the background, right? That calculates all these things when you're gonna get something or not. So it says exhausting your tiny body. So exhausting it, that means you have to run out of stamina. That's what I thought. And I got more. I got these pretty much together at the same time, because I've always been exhausting it, the stamina bar, every time I chop down stuff. Anyways, rock cracker, I've already showed that one off. We already had when we got all the clay, we got that to 3 as well. And annihilator. Oh yeah, that's another thing we had in the previous episode. We had like we these. I just had a hissy fit kind of thing, and I was super pissed. That even though I had my storage up here, ants were still able to get to it, even though they were like down over there. And I made a mess with my base. I think it was more. I know I said that they destroyed it and they broke a lot of stuff. I think it was just me, that I was just too close to my base, and well, I was able to destroy my own base. Like, I kind of like self imploded, or kind of I was fighting off the ants, but I also kind of got too close to my place and I just wrecked it on my own. But I was just so like pissed. I was so mad, so pissed off, and I was just so concentrated on trying to not get killed, not get hit, and kill the ants in return, um, that I didn't pay attention. But that's another thing that I wanted to that I forgot to mention, and now I'm mentioning that. What else in the mutations before we continue? Natural Explorer, that's you have to find landmarks to continue unlocking that. So there's other stuff that we haven't found, and that hasn't increased. That's about it that's new to me. One more thing that I have no clue how it got here. I have this scabby um, scheme right here, or what is it called? Yeah, they're called flavor schemes, so it's a kind of like a scheme. I'll just call it that. I have no clue where I got this. I went back through my footage, and I can't tell where I got it from. I may have gotten it from a can, but I can't promise that that was the case. So yeah, I may have gotten it off camera by accident. I don't know. But let's check it. Laser Corp. Yeah, it kind of seems like what you'd expect. Red and like with a grayish, brownish color. It kind of looks okay, kind of coolish. I think I would like to go with that for a night, but it has a lot of red. I'm just not a fan of red, like I've mentioned before. Let's just go back to our high contrast one. Uh, Speaking of scabbies, I've actually found a few more while I've been, harvesting and gathering stuff. I know I haven't been moving and showing much right now, but I'm just trying to, because I did so much while off camera. I kind of need to explain. So where that paper plate was, well, maybe not exactly there. If you go to this porch, actually, you know what? Um, let's go and look at the base first, and I'll continue on. I'll carry on after from there. So I put up all these fences here, sprig fences, just to keep myself from falling, because I usually just run up here as fast as I can. I'm trying to avoid walking fast, or right now when I go up these stairs, because I'm just turning and turning and turning. There's just so much motion blur. It kind of annoys. It might annoy a lot of you. So I'm gonna try to avoid doing that when I go up the stairs. So I put some right there as well, just in case when I'm like around here, I don't want to fall down accidentally or anything like that. I got a lamp there, a lamp over there, and one right there, and some up top. So in here on the first floor, which is pretty much this one, I was planning on putting my bed area, workbench, and all that area here, but I'm like, nah, I didn't want to do it here because having this center hole here kind of, took up a lot of space, because it kind of, you have that, and then you kind of have to have this area clear here for the stairs, and then this area kind of sort of clear there to walk over in that direction. So I felt like I wasn't using the space up to the maximum I could. And the second floor seemed much better, because the stairs, how I have them placed, they are like so close together that they kind of like consume their own space. Like they're taking up their own space, that for like passage and movement and stuff like that. That everything in the room, over here is not in the way of anything, of movement kind of stuff. And well, we can take advantage of the entire room plus the center area. Where, as you can see, I figured this out. Right here it says you can customize the marker. I did not know that. This is something I figured out, and I was like, well, you know what? Um, this is gonna be for food, so let's put a food icon. At first, I went with the sausage. I'm like, oh, let's put the wiener, and well, it it just doesn't. It looks like banana. It just doesn't look right for some reason. Not because it's a wiener. It just doesn't look right because it doesn't give off the shape, the feeling that I want it to give off. So that's why I went with the drumstick. I did test out the. This looks like a burger to me, but it could be something else. I tested out the drink, and the drink cup here, and I'm like, nah, didn't look very well. So I went with the drumstick right there, and I have a bunch of acorn bits there, and some honeydew, and a bunch of mushrooms there. I'll explain that in a bit. So I decided to go with the workbench right there under the stairs or the ladder or whatever, and all these chests all around the back wall here. I also went with a full back wall or full wall of windowed right here. Where is it? Windowed grass wall for all the walls pretty much, just so I can have as much lighting coming in instead of just a completely and totally pitch black room, and just so I won't have to put too much of these lights in, because like I said, they kind of impact performance quite a bit. And I know I mentioned that that I didn't like these, and they were not like, they really weren't worth using these tier 2 chests. What are they called? Storage chest instead of, where are they? I'm not good at scrolling. I just prefer to clicking. Yes, storage chest instead of storage basket, because of the acorn shell. In this update, the 0.2 update, where's the tree in that direction? I just wanted to look at it while I talked about the acorns. The acorn respawn rate is just it's just been drastically improved, that it's not a problem anymore. Though it is a problem when you're not able to be going back and forth, and you know you don't have a place to put all your stuff. But once you have a place to put all your stuff, it's okay. But I wouldn't. It's still kind of grindy to get them all, because you only get one shell per acorn, and these use 4 each. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, 4 each. So I would still recommend you making, if you want the chests, just have that more late game instead of, just continue with the baskets at first and then late game go with the chests like I did now, because it's more late game to me now, even though there's still a lot of things to do. So that's completely broken. There's a lot of stuff I'm not carrying around because I've just been building, and I'm like, I've needed as much space as I possibly can. Uh, I just have a bunch of stuff like lying around. I have a bunch of parts. I've been killing a bunch of spiders because we need to get new armor, right? We need to get that spider armor right there. And I have everything we need except for the berry leather. And we're going to get that soon enough. So don't worry about that. And that's pretty much it right there. And I haven't completed restoring these. I need some water, but it's alright. We'll see. You'll see in a bit that it's alright. So I haven't completed these chests because, well, I'm missing acorn shells. Like I said, I've done all these so far, and I've gotten like 40, like around 40 to 80 pieces of acorn shells, I believe, and I still haven't finished this, as you can see. I'm just gonna leave it there. Right here, you can hardly see it, but that's my lean-to. I can't remember if I set the respawn point, so I'm just gonna set it because I haven't died in a while. Well, I actually have died, but I just usually reload because usually my deaths are right now were related, or previously were related mostly to fall damage because I just kept jumping off the buildings. And hopefully I would activate the dandelion tuft, but sometimes it doesn't like to activate, so yeah. I did mention something about these, what are they called? Plank something and plank pallet and stem pallets. I have 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one here, and 4 of the stem ones on this side. I did say something about those. I was gonna put them down at on like the base floor. I don't think that's the best place because I just don't have room for it. And I'm like, what should I use this top floor for? What the room? And I'm like, I'll just use it for storing grass planks and stem. What are they called? Weed stems. That. And just have them here for when they're needed. So, anyways, up to the top, to the roof. So this is what I've got going on for my right now. So I also made these acorn. What are they called? Water containers. But they use acorn shells. They use, even though it's one less, it's still almost the same amount, but it's still one less acorn shell. I don't know why that's sideways or an angle. Oh, it starts angling. Okay. So that was kind of acorn shell intensive as well. I have 4 on this side, and I have 4 on the other side. They're all empty. They don't have anything. I don't want to store water. Speaking. That's why I was saying I don't have a problem with water because I have this going on here. So this is the top, the rooftop, and I put the acorn. Yeah, that's another thing that uses acorn shells. Where's the decoration, at the front or at the back? Yeah, here. So acorn fences, they use 2 acorn shells each. I don't remember how many I used, but I have them all around, mostly all around, except for where I have these bridges branching off. So I only have 2 bridges, and then I'll show the rest in a bit. It's hard to see. I think we should wait for the daytime, but for now I'm just gonna continue with the top, and then I'll show the bridges off in the daytime. So I just put one of these. I forget what this called, the dew collector, because as like a just to have it there kind of thing. But it's still useful because it gives us water, and I'm like, oh, we're like in an emergency where I'm like, I don't want to go over to that place over there where I have marked over there for juice, or other locations that are further away, like that lemon crime punch, and then there's one over here somewhere right there, armed raspberry punch, and all that stuff. Or just go looking for water. Well, I have it there, like in an emergency kind of thing. Like, oh, you know what? Just right now, I need to go do something else. Just quickly get some water. Bam, bam, boom, and then there. This mushroom garden. I think it's called a mushroom garden. Where is it? Meals. These are meals right here. So right there. Mushroom garden. They're kind of big. I really don't have space for more than one of these. I just decided to put the one just to see how it looked and how it worked. So it only produces 4 mushrooms. Like, I don't know if it does it once or twice per day, or because I remember just or maybe this is just once per day and it's a certain hour. Because I remember grabbing them and then it just like kind of instantly just poofed them, all 4 of them, back in there. So I don't know, but that's not how I got all the mushrooms in my what's it called, in my storage chest. But and that means this calls for, oh, the smoothie station. Sorry about that. The smoothie station. So we can make smoothies. I don't know what you really use to mix. I don't know if you can. It has to be. There's memorized recipe. That's good. So we have to try a bunch of stuff to like mix. You, I'll probably You'd probably have to go with all the organic stuff, like all the things that's either that you can eat, food stuff, and all the but liquid is kind of weird because if I've tried it already before, and I'm like I used the smoothie station here, and I try to put a liquid in there. Well, the only way you can do it is if you have it in a canteen, and I put the canteen in there, and it just consumed it. Boom! I lost my canteen, and I'm like, I didn't want that. Well, and I had extras, so I didn't really care at the time, but I don't plan on doing that again. So I don't know how you. I don't see how you can use water or juice fluid, or juice, for the smoothie. You could probably use aphid honeydew. I think I've used it before because that is like an item in your inventory, not like a separate thing that you have to pick up as a liquid with like a canteen. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep and I'll be back in the daytime so I can show off these things. So I can you can all see it a little better. All right, so it's the daytime. I kind of sort of messed up because why did I drink the water if I was gonna go to sleep? Well, I just did it because that's it. So right there is the next day. As you can see, mushrooms are back. We have 1 water right there. I gotta eat those mushrooms, but I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna try to not waste too much time on that. So I'm gonna snuff these out. That's what it says. So I'm just gonna turn it off because it kind of blinds you a little bit. So the first bridge, I'll call it that, I made towards that tripod laser right there, which is this one right here. And at first I had started trying to make the bridge with this grass floor, but once I made it to the laser, and then I went a little bit further there, I kind of ran out of materials from 2 grass pallets and just a bunch of grass planks just laying on the floor here, just packed. I had all this packed with grass planks, and I had run out of them, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. I'm like, I gotta find something better, and I found this. It may not look as great, and there's some extra stuff I had to do, but grass planks are kind of a pain to have to carry because if you're lucky and you have or not, maybe not lucky, but if you have the ant armor set, then you can carry 3 more like either grass planks or what's it called, weed stems. If not, then you can only carry 5 max, and with this you can carry up to 8. But that's kind of a pain. But the thing about this right here, this triangle floor, is that it kind of works, and it's half the price. It kind of works, and it's half the price. So hey, that's good enough for me. So the problem is this side over here. There's a reason why this sprig fencing is there. That's because right here you can't walk from there to that other area. You'll just fall. But right here, you can just stand right on top of it, and you can slowly move around, and you won't fall. Try doing that on the other side. I dare you. I dare you, especially from this altitude and without having a dandelion tuft. I dare you. Anyways, you can just walk as if it were two planks and like straight, like going straight. It has that there, but I'm like, I guess that's the only reason why I don't like it. They should probably have a half floor that is just 2 of these, like pretty much half of it. But it was kind of weird how this one is a full plank and then like a half plank and then like a full going in that direction. I thought it was kind of weird, but anyways, it works. And well, this is the bridge going all the way. And the reason I put the fencing was just to block off that other section over there, because it does this kind of jumping thing right there, because it's, it kind of wants to fall, but it just doesn't. So go all the way over here, and I'll just tell you right now, you can't build on top of this. You can't build on top of that, but I kind of sort of made it work, glitched it through to like build around, and a little bit touching in there, and over here I put some stems, because you, for some reason, you can't actually build on top of that the leg part right there. I don't know. It works though. Uh, it doesn't fall through here, but it does fall through there if I'm not mistaken. No, this one right here. It falls through here, but I'm lucky enough that what's that called? That's like the little handle or something, lever or whatever of the tripod, and if I fall, I just fall on that, and I can just come back in and just jump back in there. So I try to line it up as best I could with the oak tree, but regrettably, if I were to turn it a little bit more there, it went more on this side, and I'm like, I didn't really like this side more. I wanted it more on that side because the acorn spawned more on this side rather than that side. So that was one of the things. Plus, the lab entrance is on this side too. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little glitching right there. That's more bridge over there that takes us to the lab. So let's go over there, and I'm gonna try to just real quick, not show the entire pathway. It just pretty much goes straight, straight, straight all the way, and it does like a turn. So I'll see y'all close to that area. Okay, so we're closing in on this. Another good thing about this fencing is that since there's the auto walk on the N key, uh, it doesn't. It's just walking. I don't think there's an auto sprint. But what you can do is just put that, and if your hands are tired, because my hands got tired, my fingers were getting tired, especially my pinky with holding down the shift, because I use my pinky for the shift. You can like angle it towards the sprig fencing. I should probably go back. Angle it towards the sprig fencing, and then just hold the shift like to rest your pinky or whatever finger you want to rest, and use another one, and it'll just go right there, and it won't fall. So those three right there, those three blueprints I have right there, are just placeholders. I have an idea of maybe going all the way to that wall right there. Well, it's not really a wall. It's more like a ledge, a brick ledging or rock ledging, whatever. But I had an idea of doing that and going over like the water. But I'm like, not right now. It's not really important. Not really necessary. So right here, there's acorns right there. There's acorns here. You can't from this height. A lot of things don't come into view. They don't show up. You have to get closer to it for them to show. So right here, there's 4 acorns. There's one right there, 2, 3 here, and there's another one further up here right there, near the can right there. There's some more over there. That's not important right there. I just wanted to show it since I was already here. At first I was gonna go here, but then I saw that there's actually a way up, and spiders are over there, and they're starting to come out. Oh, it's going to sleep. I thought it was gonna come out and do patrol, but no. And I'm like, I'd rather avoid things getting up on my ramp or my bridge, so I kind of made it like this, so you have to jump up. It's easy to get up, just that it's easier when you sprint a little bit and jump. So I just did this to have like a little turn there, because it's kind of easy to fall through where you can't have the fencing blocking. And over here above the base, and you all know that right down there is my spider killing area, and I decided to make like a little platform here, right on top of the bay of the lab entrance. I don't want to go in because it's kind of a pain to get back up here. Actually, it's easier to just go all the way around back onto, try to get back onto this trunk here, or roots, and get up through that one instead of this one here. But this one's just so I can go straight to the lab area and over there. I don't know, just to have a second way up, because of all these roots and stuff, and then all the spiders are around. It's kind of a bit of a mess trying to find a way up. So with two ways up, it's kind of okay. It kind of works. By the way, to put these roof pieces, it's kind of hard. You can't really put them on the edge like that just normally. You kind of have to work around it, like right here I added this wall piece, and since it's a roof piece, well, naturally it has to go on top of a wall, right? So that's what let me put it on the edge. But you can't just stack them, roof on top, like roof and then another roof piece. You actually have to go with a roof piece underneath, and then you can continue. And you kind of have to alternate, kind of one underneath and then one above, one underneath, one above, so you can get a look something like this. You can put one right in the middle, and that lets you put pretty much four like this if you just have the one right. So I think here underneath, and that's how that works. Anyways, back to the base. Well, although I did say back to base, uh, we do have a pit stop first. Well, we're on the laser tripod right now, aren't we? We should try to get up there. I've been going back and forth through this place, and I've kind of seen where you have to jump to get up onto this. If I'm not mistaken, you have to go through this right here. At first, I went through this because it spirals up. It's kind of easy to just go right like this, just spiral up, spiral up, spiral up, go 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 up. But this is as far as you go up. That's as far as you go. And then, well, the next thing is to get onto that wiring right there. Hopefully I can make it on the first try. If not, I'm gonna have to make a cut and come back and try to get back on this thing. So like, kind of like that. Yeah, you gotta kind of time it properly. I don't know if it's a cable or a wiring. I think it's more like wire, like kind of like that wire right there. It's kind of thick. It's kind of one of those wires that you bend into shape, and they retain that shape. That's what it looks like. So if you're afraid of heights, well, you're probably not gonna like this. But let's keep going. Okay, so there's that, and I think that was it. Hopefully I don't fall. So there's nothing around here. No. I think I think I can get up here, right? Can I? Can I? Ugh, got up there. So I remember this one has a light on it, but doesn't have anything there. Oh, look, a Scabby, Hyper Blaster. Let's look at that. Oh, I keep forgetting I always I've gotten used to using the construction button now with the B. That I always get confused with, I don't know, B, C, and with all these buttons, with all these hotkeys and shortcuts, whatever, and it just happens. Anyways, so Hyper Blaster, right? Wow, that looks very trippy-ish because of the purple color coloring. It's a pink. It's more like, well, magenta. I think it's the color. Fuchsia. I forget which one's which, but they're close enough. It looks kind of cool. Uh, you know what? I'm gonna go with this and see how it works. I'm gonna go with high contrast in the daytime, and I'm gonna go with Hyper Blaster for night mode. It looks kind of cool. So we found that Scabby there. Uh, is there a way to get up? We could. It's kind of steep, so I don't know if we could get up to the actual top of the laser. Uh, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna try it. This is as far as I go with the trying to get on top of stuff. I think so. As you can see, I have another bridge heading in that direction because I did mention I wanted one to go over to. There's three names I have for this, but I don't know which one to use. I have porch, I have patio, and I have deck or patio deck or deck. I don't know, and I don't know which one to use. So I'm just gonna go with patio. Okay. I was gonna go with porch, but that's more like the front, right? And the porch is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm gonna go with patio, even though patio could be something else. And the deck, this is, I don't know, I don't think this counts as a deck, but they're kind of all three the kind of similar, same thing, kind of type of thing. So the thing is that I couldn't get a direct way, a direct like path towards the paint can area. That's where I wanted to go. So you can see something right where my cursor crosshair pointer is right there. That's that's where I landed pretty much. So I'm like, you know what? Let's look at let's look at the different angles we can get, and let's see what we can do. I'll see you down at the base of that right there at the base of that bridge. Okay, so we're here. I've already turned off the torch right there, the lamp. So I tried getting a pathway that way. I'm like, I don't like the direction it takes me, and I really couldn't turn it anywhere else because it had to go like in that direction because that's the direction all my my ceilings, my building is facing, right? All my building stuff. So I didn't want to go in that direction. So I was looking at the corner and I'm like I was like I've already gone to one, you know, tripod laser thing right here. Why not go to the other, right? And I tried to and I like looked played around with the triangle and I managed to get this out of it. It's not the same as the other one over there. I'm going kind of slow to avoid that motion blur, even though I have it deactivated. I don't know, it just doesn't. Maybe because of all the stuff that's around, all the buildings, because each of these count like a building fragment or whatever. Anyways, and I was able to angle it like this. It's kind of weird, but it works as well. Like I said, it's like the other one, like having it face the other way, like this. It works. Hey, it works. If it works, why bother? Why give it problems? Right? I don't know what other word to use. The thing is that I couldn't block this fencing area right here because I couldn't put it because it wouldn't overlap with this one. And if I put it over here, it kind of cuts off like the entrance. So I had to go with adding two pieces at the edge, like a wing or like a little observatory thing, you know, and just fence it off, kind of thing. So I can't fall. I don't fall through here. Maybe I could fall if I like get right into position, but I'm gonna avoid that. So this one, it's not exactly straight, but it like straight onto the laser tripod, but it's pretty spot on. It's pretty spot on. The thing with this one is that it's kind of longer, wider, um, and it has two sides where you can fall off. Actually, all of them obviously have both sides where you can fall off from. I I have the intention of putting sprig fencing on the other side for all of my bridges, but I just wanted to go with one for now because it's also resource intensive, but it is faster in a way because you can carry it, with your full inventory. You can carry a ton of sprigs and a ton of woven fiber. That's what these things use. Um, 3 and 2 respectively. Sprig was the first one I said, so yeah, 3 sprigs, 2 woven fibers. Though when you put it like at an angle, which this one's kind of at an angle, it actually gets 4 of them, but it doesn't take the 4 sprigs, which I like, and like three of these rope thingies, but it just takes the 2. The cost stays the same. So right here, I couldn't get it. It was so tough to get the glitching in here, so I can put this little roundabout thing. You can fall from here if you hit the right spot, but as long as you run, it just does like a little jump and you're fine. But if you like look for it, you'll fall for sure. So before we go in, well, you know what? Let's go over that direction first. So over here is the rake, which we haven't gone to. There's a bombardier bugs that like to hang out on top of those or around this rock here. There's the paint can, which also in the previous episode we did that. I think it's called Chip Sleuth or something quest to find that one chip, the burgle chip, and we found it inside the paint somewhere. We just had to look properly at that front part over there. Um, it was kind of, I know it said it was guarded by a reptilian sentinel or something like that. It was kind of weird because what I didn't understand was, I'm like, what reptilian? I'm like, there's no lizards or stuff in this game. I haven't seen any. I'm not as far as I'm aware, there aren't any. But it's so big, but it's so blocked off by everything. It's not really something you can really see unless you're like purposely looking at the paint, out of nowhere and you get to here. So when I got to here, well, before I got to here, actually, I don't know at what point I begin to see it, but we have this under construction, kind of thing here. We can go over there, and nothing bad happens as far as I'm aware, you know. But I'm guessing there's nothing to find around here. I haven't explored. I got myself stuck. Oh, gotta be careful there. So that's probably a danger right there. You gotta watch out for that. I got myself stuck there. So, but nothing. This doesn't block you or anything. But I blocked myself here, to avoid falling in that direction. I don't know if there's something to find behind the paint cans. I would doubt it. Even a scabby, probably not. You probably wouldn't find any of that. Um, I don't know if there's anything to find on top of that. I can't see anything from here, and I would at this distance it should probably show if there's something there or not. So yeah, there's nothing there from in my opinion. There's nothing there. If someone has already investigated that and they found something or on top of these cans or anywhere else that's like kind of like too weird to probably find something on, then yeah, I don't know. Anyways, the next thing we're gonna do, we've already gone on top. Well, it's kind of like on the electrical box or something, right? The wire box right there. We've gone on top of the one for that laser. We have to explore this one. Oh look, there's the crow. I don't know about all of you, but I've had this crazy idea. I don't know if anyone is crazy as me or even crazier, but I've had the thought of what? Why I should try to find a place where it perches or roosts and try to shoot it with an arrow. I had that thought, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it, and even if I die, I don't care. I'll die. I'll die a happy man. I'm like, I figured out like I can attack this bird. I'm so tiny, and I can attack it. Anyways, let's get on top of this right here. It's getting kind of late in the episode, and I wanted to finish the review of my base before I ended it. There we go. Okay, and I wanted to do the berry leather and go to the. Ah, I fell. Okay, so I'll see y'all up there. All right, so we're up. Just I'm still kind of a little bit on this wire here. Okay, so one of the things I saw is that this wire goes all the way down to to the base right there where I have the bridge connected. You really have there is no point in going up the little spiral thing at the center because I just jumped down anyways. Kind of stupid of me. I didn't even think about it until just now when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I could do that. Oh, that glitched through. I was about to say, I'm like, oh, that almost gave me a heart attack, really, for sure. Oh my gosh, I almost fell. I thought I almost fell. I saw my life flash before my eyes. For reals. So there's nothing up here. The heck? I kind of expected something, but there's nothing. So yeah, that green thing glows, but that's about it. Well, it's not. More like it's painted rather than glowing. So the other one had the scabby like right here, right? There's nothing here. So either there's something up top or there's just nothing here. Let's look around this thing. I haven't checked over here. I don't expect to find any on top of any of these. So yeah. So either just that laser over there has something, or just this one doesn't have something, and maybe that one over there does. I don't have a bridge to that one yet. I do have a few future plans of probably making a bridge to that one, but probably somewhere, maybe either from here directly in that direction, or somewhere in between from that other place over there. I think I don't know which one's closer. They're kind of sort of the same distance. So we're here. That one's over there. The oak tree is over there. That one's over there. Our bridge goes kind of like in that direction. So it's kind of like they're kind of the same distance sort of thing. So choose one. And I think I'll just go with this one over here. But I also have an idea of connecting all three, doing like a little connecting thing right there to connect all of my bridges kind of thing. But not for now. That's gonna be for some future stuff because I gotta check on that if or not if I do or not do that. Anyways, it's time to head over to our other bridge. We have it's not our yeah, it is another bridge, but it's more like it's not these are the only two bridges that I have extending from the top of my base, and then the other two, the one that goes to the patio over there or the porch, and like the one that goes to the oak tree over there. Those are those extend off of from the tripod lasers, so they're not exactly like their own. Like I don't consider them my separate bridges. I just consider them the one. So anyways, we have to head over here first to this tripod. As you can see, there's one heading in that direction, and if you could probably get a glimpse of it, it makes its way all the way to the bird bath. So yeah. So here first, just to note it from the bottom, yeah, you can probably just get on top of that and go up. I was just a little bit scared to fall from this side, so that's why I probably didn't do that. It was so easy to see that one there that I didn't go for the other one. I was blinded by that. So right here we have a bridge going all the way. all the way. And where's the bird bath is like around here. This thing goes like this, and it just passes by somewhere right next to this area. Uh, I had to do some tweaking, some fiddling with with roofing pieces. What are they called? Uh, Base building with grass roofs, or roofs, or whatever you want to call it. Uh, to kind of, to get up there. You'll see in a bit. Well, I'll see you there. Okay, so we're not exactly here, there, but we're getting here. So that looks like a spider right there. If you look at it from the corner, it looks kind of like a spider right there. That's just scaffolding. So here we ended up around here, and I'm like, well, which we have to go up there, but I just need so much grass planks. I'm like, we have a grass section right there. It's not too far away. I'm like, do I really want to be going back and forth every single time? Look at the distance, 518 centimeters. Well, centimeters because we're on the ground, but it would be meters if we were like a real life, distance. That's still kind of far. It's like 300 to the oak tree from my base. So yeah, it's add like 200 to that, right? More or less. It's not the exact number. So what I did first was I made a ramp that way. This ramp right here, it wasn't like this before. I had an impromptu one, but I've already fixed it up and now it looks better. So there's grass over there. There's over there up top. There's another secret base up there, spiraling up. But that's not part of. We're not focusing on that right now. That's just a mention, honorable mention for this episode. And I continued going in this direction, but it kind of ends there, like just like in where the oak tree bridge ends. It's just right here. It's just a placeholder. Though we more than likely won't do anything else after that because, well, we're at the hedge. We're already crashing into it. So we got the look right now for the hyper. What's it called? Hyper Blaster flavor scheme for the Scabby. It looks kind of nice. I like the purple. I am a fan of purple. So yeah, we got up here, up to the level of the fountain. Just one thing. The crow likes to roost up here. This is probably the closest we're gonna get to the crow. That's probably where we're gonna from here or somewhere else. We're gonna try to shoot at it. If things go wrong, if we can actually even hit it, we probably won't be able to. But hey, we gotta check. We gotta try that out. So let's go to the beginning over here, where I started here of the platform. This is probably gonna be the last thing I show off because we're gonna get to the hour mark real quick. So, well, there's berries right here. They're kind of hard to see, but there's berries up there. That one right there, I didn't care for because it's too high. But after making this platform, I was like looking around. Okay, where are all the berries? And try to get as close as we can. So there's one berry right there, right on top, right on the edge of this bird bath fountain type thing. It's a bird bath because it doesn't have a fountain thing, right? It's not throwing water. It's not spewing water. There's some feathers here. I think there's another one in the water somewhere. I don't think there's any on top of that. And there's sorry about that. My mouse is I think it's dying on me. I think I need to buy a new mouse. I've had this mouse for a few years already, so yeah. I use a Logitech. What's it called? G700 or something. Something or other like that. And I think it's dying on me. But anyways, berries, right? So there's another berry right here. So I had to extend this out a little bit, and I have to have the sprig fencing or railing around here because I don't want that to fall off. I want to get it up here. So I thought of putting a ladder to it, but we could probably just jump to it here and then just whack it or something, hit it, and then we can bring it down. Let's see if I can hit it with my fist. Yeah, there we go. Oh, what the heck? Why is there two? That is not... Hey, I didn't do anything. I'm not bugging anything here, so... I can't push it. But anyways, oh, there, I pushed it a little bit. So we got berries right there. And then over here in this leaf right here, this oak leaf right here, there's also a crow feather here. It's hard to see. I'm sorry about that, but it's getting kind of late. I'm just trying to get this one done because this is going to be the end already. And there's two berries right there. I don't have a torch, like like I said. Sometimes those that give the tips or the advice don't adhere to it or don't take their own advice. Anyways, I blocked that off with some planks right there because there's two berries here. There's a third berry past here. That's why I made this little thing here. And yeah, I have this plank pallet or grass plank pallet or whatever it's called, because there was a hole right there that I just could not patch. And I just tried everything. I just looked through all the things we could build to try to cover that. And well, this worked. And you can just walk straight up and right back. That made it so much easier for me. Okay, so there's that. And over here, I had to make a ramp kind of thing over here to like an observatory kind of thing, because there's two berries here. Whack them right there in their face. That one too. Obviously, the fencing to avoid you from falling, but more importantly, the berries from falling. Because I don't know which is more important, your life or the berries. I don't know. The berries are kind of important. Anyways, another one right here. Yeah, I just kind of have the edge going on right there. There's the other crow feather. And I haven't made anything else over here like to make it easier for me to get up. I just use this. I do sometimes fall into the water, so I still gotta watch out for that. So there's a berry right there. There's a light right there. Hold up. Hold up. We got a scabby hedgeberry. Nice. The berries are like a purple blue color, so I have a feeling this is gonna be like a bluish or purple. So on this leaf up here, this oak leaf that's on this top here, there's 3 berries up there. I'm like, how can I resist 3 berries? I can't. So I tried to, I glitched in some flooring, some ceiling flooring, whatever they're called. Both they're called one, and they work as both though. And I got this little observatory weird thing. I don't know what you call. This could probably be called a deck then. This kind of deck-like thing, square. This is not octagonal. This is hexagonal, right? Well, it's only on this side, not on that side. Oh, maybe it would be octagonal because it would be on 3 on one side, then the one on this side, the one on that side, whatever. Anyways, 3 berries and a little ramp here because I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to, if they would fall through that. So smack that right there. If it falls, it's not a big deal. I just hope I can hit it properly where I don't destroy my stuff. Jump here, hit that, jump there. I don't know if we can hit that, but if not, we're gonna have to fix this up. There we go, 3 berries right there. So we got plenty berries right here. We're not gonna need to go. We're still gonna go into the hedge and to the hedge base because that's there. But berries, I'm like, we got all we need here. We don't really need to make anything else. But anyway, that's gonna have to wait for the next episode because we are pretty much 8 minutes away from the hour mark, and I didn't want to make it this long, but I don't want to make 2 episodes of just me explaining or giving a tour of my bridges, my base, and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, the crow lands there. So more than likely in the next episode, we're gonna try to attack the crow. We're going to get berry leather. We're going to make the spider armor. I have enough spider parts. I just need the berry pretty much. I need like 7. I think it's 2, 2, and 3. I think it's just 7 berry leather. If this gives me 2 again, that's 2, 4, 5 over there, 6, and then 3 more. It's 9, and then there's one inside that little water thing where it's not deep enough, so like where you can't hit it. I hate when berries fall in there because you can't. At least as far as I'm concerned, you can't actually use the axe. You can't actually destroy them underneath because you just move the axe so slow and it just doesn't work. So yeah, that's another reason why I try to cover that part up there where those 3 berries are, just to make sure they don't fall anywhere else and to get up to their height. So anyways, that's gonna be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.